welcome back to Codename Needles.
Alright, you're coming with me in the cell. Please chuck her in there. Oh, he's gonna be nice about it. Oh, yes!
Oh,
no, it's not funny anymore. That's still funny.
Okay, so my task was that I unlocked the interrogation chair, which is actually kind of humorous.
That guy was both very strong and very much a jerk.
He was a bit of a jerk.
Was.
Alright, so we've got this interrogation chair, which isn't, it ain't so bad. It's kind of funny to watch. Except, now, honestly, when I was a kid, I was just like, I didn't really understand it, but now that I've seen, like, Zero Dark 30 and, I don't know, even Taken, where there's that interrogation scene, it's just like, torture and interrogation is just, like, so much heavier now for me.
Right. So now, even when you see, like, this poorly animated torture, you're just like, ew.
I mean, yeah, torture has never been the biggest thing to bother me. It's bothered my mom. Like, she doesn't like torture scenes in movies at all. But for me, I mean, I know it's fake. I've acted my whole life.
Well, right, yeah.
So I know that it's fake. It's just my mom, it
I
looks
think
too
it's
real
more
for her.
the idea of
Look at
that. Did he?
It's off the... Just kind of swinging it around oppositely.
I got the cash, gonna put it up now. Oh, I was hoping he would take more so I could put up the cash, take out the cash, put out the cash. I think.
Oh no! My base is on fire.
Your
What?
base is on fire.
My engine blew up.
Wow.
My generator blew up.
Too bad it didn't do it to my run. Yeah, it was bad.
And I'll tell you why. It's because I had one thing pushing out a lot of energy.
Yep.
That's what the problem was. So I'm actually going to turn down for what?
So torture.
So yeah, he's putting this interrogation chair. Now, this is actually a really, really cool thing. Not torture or interrogation, but just this aspect of the game.
Oh, you heard this thing called torture? Oh, it's really fun.
It's so cool.
Yeah, you just put this person in a chair and
Alright, so...
the fun times just ensue.
Send prisoner... Okay, hold on.
But I was gonna
Alright.
say about, the thing about torture bothering people, when it's in a show. Obviously, if it's real if you're thinking about it in that sense, it should bother you. There's something wrong with it. It's very
It's not
crazy,
a good
stupid thing. I think the difference is, there are people who can identify this isn't really happening.
Yeah. Look out.
Okay. Wow, that really threw me off there.
Alright, so I'll tell you what's happening now. She is spilling her maid secrets.
He's offering us smoke, and
He instead takes a puff himself. Kids don't smoke.
and don't torture people.
And don't torture people. I like how all of the knowledge spits around the room as well.
I'm pretty sure people don't sound like that when they're being tortured. Well, I suppose it's possible. Okay,
This isn't even... Oh, check it. Nope, he's doing the Michael Jackson now.
What? Wow. How is this part of torture? Wow, I'm not even... That's impressive.
Yeah, he's doing the lean.
What is happening?
Alright, so he's done.
So, if that was torture in most movies, I'm sure people would be a lot more okay with it.
Alright, so now...
Oh,
Boom!
my goodness.
I've got a valet.
So, didn't know that that's how torture works. It's like, soon... Okay, son. You're going into your first torture. Are you ready? Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Okay, when you're done, you're gonna come out of valet. Are you prepared for that? I don't know, sir. I don't know. I don't even have my license yet. It's okay, son. You'll have it.
It's okay.
It'll happen.
Alright.
You'll be able to take anyone's keys and drive their car anywhere. Except for, everywhere but the parking lot.
Okay, so now the real game begins. Like, there are actual threats in the world.
Alright. So, before you get into that, I'm gonna finish my torture thought.
Finish your torture.
So we can move on from torture, because this is just a wonderful subject for today's.
Yeah, let's move on from it. Go on.
The reason, well, it's obvious. Some people find it in shows, again, not real life. In shows, really, I'm just gonna say nauseating. Nauseating's a good term for it. People like you can watch it and say, okay, you can take yourself out of the situation. You can look at it as a show, movie, whatever, and just almost detach yourself to that scenario that's happening.
Right.
So you're like, this isn't real. It's part of the plot, you know, whatever. And some people can get so invested into a show and a movie and attached to a character, which isn't a bad thing, obviously. That's kind of the point of it. But
Right.
you know, once something like that starts to happen, like a torture scene or something, we have a tendency to put ourselves in the situation almost to a degree. That's, you know, so that's why for some people, I'm sure it's, you know, a lot of times they'll start seeing that happening in a show and it really bothers them because they're invested in the show. Or even if you're just flipping through channels and you start seeing, like, oh, you turn on something and there's a torture scene and you happen to see it for like 10 seconds and you're like, oh, this is terrible. You know, again, the thought that it exists is also what drives that, you know. And
it's different, like, when I was, you know, you've seen Taken.
Oh, yeah.
The part when he's got the guy in the chair and he's saying, like, you know...
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. Liam Neeson tortures guys to find his daughter. Actually, it's just the one scene, and the first time I saw it, my mom actually fast-forwarded through it. Where was I going? That is fake. It's like, this never happened, it's a movie. But it was different watching, like, Passion of the Christ. I watched that at church, actually. The youth watched it all together. The youth pastor made sure, like, to get the parents saying, like, okay, is this okay? If not, don't bring your kids this night.
But, I heard that. I never actually saw that.
Oh, gosh, it was gruesome. It was, like, really intense.
Because that's what I've always heard about that. That is just really intense.
Yeah. And it's like, and that's, you know, as a Christian, I believe, you know, that actually happened. That is a piece of history. And so it's, and knowing, just because that was the most excruciating torture, too. Like, when they whipped him with a cat of nine tails, it's just like, it was hard to bear.
Yeah.
All right.
Totally. So, let's move on.
And yeah, I'm kind of done talking about torture, I think.
Yeah.
For tonight.
We'll pick that up tomorrow. I couldn't help it.
Tamara's gone, dude.
Oh, right.
Get over it.
We're only in today now.
Yeah, we are living in today.
Yeah, what about tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
He's gonna swear vengeance.
Brandon Timofeev.
Was that his name before he was a valet?
Yeah, no, that was his name.
Alright.
I was hoping his name would become Tamara. Or like the reincarnation of Tamara. Tamara 2.0.
Tamara.
Alright, so... Alright, you'll see up here the heat.
He is Tamara.
You'll see up here the heat. I have a lot of guys stealing in this region, and so my heat is pretty high in this region.
You cool off.
Yeah, I do.
Which is funny because you are in Canada. It's typically cold there.
Typically.
It's not that much heat. And yet you're creating so much of it.
Alright, so
take a chill pill.
I'm actually gonna... Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take 7 of those guys and I'm spreading the thievery. I'm actually gonna send these guys into hiding. When they're in hiding, the heat will go down.
The world, join hands, start a thief train, thief train.
It's a dark twist on a classic song. It's a dark twist on a classic song.
Join hands.
You've ruined that song for me.
Rob a love train.
That's better.
There we go.
Oh, man.
It's like everyone on the train's just like, you know, all these joyful, happy people. You're stealing their
Smiling, happy people. Smiling, happy people?
No?
Yeah, it's the song by that band that did Everybody Hurts, REM.
Oh, I don't listen to them.
Oh, I love them. REM did a song. I actually won. I feel like I told you this before, but I actually won like $5 off of my friend Kevin, who was like my old neighbor, my old boss, my best friend's dad.
Wow, it's a lot of
yeah, he's been around. And we were at Busch Gardens, and we were eating at this diner in the morning, and that song "Shiny Happy People" came on, and it's REM with the lead singer, the girl from B-52s, and
okay.
And he was like, "Oh, this is the B-52s," and I was like, "No, it's REM with the girl," and he's like, "No, it's the B-52s," and I was like, "Dude." And it's funny because, like, the week before, I was watching Pop-Up Video, that old... I know, and that was one of the songs.
Pop-Up Video,
yeah.
Wow. That takes me back.
I love Pop-Up... Oh, crap. Okay, see, this guy's here. He's like... Rah.
Patriot.
He's a bad guy. So I have these guys in hiding, so the heat will go down,
Well,
but I'm
he's-
not stealing any money.
It still, for some reason, bothers me that you keep saying he's a bad guy when clearly you're the bad guy and
Okay.
he's the good guy.
Whatever.
Call him a good bad or bad good.
He is a justice agent. He's an agent. I'll call them agent.
Okay.
So yeah.
That works for me.
So I'm doing
Continue.
a mission right here. It requires 2 workers. I sent in 7. I don't know the risk, the time, the heat, or the notoriety that it will give me because I don't have enough things open. Like I don't have enough people working. So I'm constantly recruiting. You know, this is a new guy. Oh, he was just scratching his
Uniform.
uniform. Roger McGee.
Roger McGee. Let's learn more about Roger McGee
Next time on Codename Needles.